We've got the Alpha Tauri off. You know, he's done a lot of laps around this circuit. He knows it very well, and just because he's a rookie in Formula One doesn't mean he's going to have to learn this track necessarily, but clearly, you know, if it's catching him out after the laps he's been doing around here, then it can happen to anybody.
A big issue here.
Sergio Perez. Oh no, he's hit another car, I think. Esteban Ocon's off as well.
Alpine of Ocon, yeah.
So what's happened? He's lost. Oh, he's already touched.
It's already happened.
He must have already
happened
collected the Alpine.
The Alpine, but I can't see any damage on the Alpine. And why is he pulled off? Was there some? Didn't look like they were anywhere near each other. There's Mazepin, I think it is, runs off the circuit.
Get on the gas.
Yeah, is he going to get on the pedal? Yeah, on the gravel. And then it's the equivalent of a high side, isn't it, Damon, on a motorbike, when it just snaps like the air. Yeah. And that's what you're playing with on the exit of that final corner. And that is the difference between the great drivers and the good drivers. The great drivers will kick up a bit of gravel and get away with it and deliver the best lap time. And others will get it wrong like this and end up in the barrier.
He's finding the limits. I think that's one way of looking at it. He's actually finding out where they are, and he presumably at some point will learn.
A Ferrari in the wall of Charles Leclerc.
That's a lot of damage. Talking of damage to the front of your car, Crofty, that's a pretty big one. Yeah, so he just had a snap of oversteer at the wrong moment. Actually, it wasn't as hard as I first thought. It's a bit earlier in the corner.
And he knew full well that the turning circle of these Formula One cars is not that great, and there was no way he was going to avoid the wall because there just isn't the runoff area down there. This is Latifi.
A circuit that bites you hard if you make a mistake like that, and he almost stopped it in time, but yeah, shows how fragile those front wings are.
Now that is Yuki Tsunoda, and that is a particularly hefty whack, and that has brought out the red flag, unsurprisingly. Let's have a look then. Yeah.
It was an anti-lock in the middle, actually. It was, it got a bit of a swapper on in the middle. As he corrected it, it bit, and around it went. Ooh.
Gearbox at the very least.
Yeah. Yeah, he never really addressed the problem early enough there.
We have an off already, and it's Fernando Alonso into the gravel there.
Simon mentioned that he went off into the gravel. He actually hits the tyre barrier just on the outside of Toza. I think we can have a look at it right now. If Fernando Alonso's struggling out there, what about the rest as well? Oh, there's the Ferrari. Round. There's the Ferrari at Acqua Minerale of Charles Leclerc.
That's on the intermediate tyres. So he hasn't really lost too many places there, has he? Ooh, all clear then for Charles Leclerc.
Carlos Sainz, 8th place at the moment. He's made up 3 places at the start of this race, and he, like his teammate Charles Leclerc, goes wide at Acqua Minerale, and that's a spinning Williams of Nicholas Latifi going out at Acqua Minerale. Well done, he's kept the engine running. And that is Nicholas Latifi in the Williams, and he is out. So we saw Latifi going off, and he's made contact there.
Oh, that was a big impact, wasn't it?
Contact it was actually with Mazepin.
Right, that's not Mazepin's fault.
That is Mick Schumacher at the exit of the pit lane. I say he was warming his tyres up.
Oh dear.
And lost it. Down to Valtteri Bottas, who is in 9th place. Oh, and sliding off the road goes the Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton.
Oh,
and I think he might be, unless he can find reverse, and he's kept the engine running. This is absolute disaster for Lewis Hamilton. So whilst Verstappen carries out on in front, extending his advantage metre by metre, Hamilton is sat trying to escape from the gravel trap and the run off road and just try and find a way out of this situation.
Yeah, he realises, I mean, it's effectively a front-wheel drive car right now, isn't it, as he reverses out. Smart thinking.
Hamilton, who has had, what, 50 consecutive points finishes, and we're going to get a safety car now, because that's Valtteri Bottas and George Russell, who are out of this race, and they look like they've had a big coming together as well. He goes over to make sure Bottas is okay, and there is Fernando Alonso in the Alpine getting going as well.
Yeah, you're not. We think George was trying to overtake him on the grass and lost it.
Maybe we'll get a mitigating circumstance if there is one, but on the face of it, it looks like a mistake. And that 32, Mercedes lose 3 of their drivers, don't they? But, well, Hamilton will recover.
On board with George Russell, who hits Bottas. Yes, because he gets onto the grass. So he's going for the overtake, runs straight into Bottas.
You can hear the you can hear the engine revs go up.
What the
What the was he doing? Honestly, is he a for what?
They've red flagged the race while we watch Lewis Hamilton sliding off, and this is what caused him to damage his front wing. The race has now been red flagged. Verstappen leads from Norris, then comes Leclerc, Perez, Sainz and Ricciardo, and going off at the back it's Yuki Tsunoda. Tsunoda, who's made up 10 places in this race, is now going to see all that good work come to an end.
He just got a little bit wide. And the left rear tyre dipped into the damp part of the track.
So there he is.
You wouldn't let us down.
Have a glass of water. Nikita Mazepin and another spin.